No, it's not. But it's a substantial amount of the time. And most likely it will come back and test the 38, particularly after a big run in one direction. And did we have a big run in one direction? You betcha. Now, reading this chart from July 2010 to July 2011, big run to the upside. And then where we set the fib right here, back here, you can see just a straight run up to the upside. So for sure, you expect it to come back and test the 23, which is what it did. And most likely the 38. Now, but when I say most likely, and then we find out that it didn't hit the 38, then you know that there's some weakness to the downside. We also see we have a trend line in place. If I put that trend line back to where it was even a week ago, you see it's still holding. An attempt to break it at the end of June on the 27th, but immediately it came right back up, a little spike through and unable to break it. So you can see much information to be taken from the daily chart. Before I do anything, I should have all that information in my head absorbed and taken notes. I would take notes, guys, on, where is that. I would leave, actually, no need to take notes, but on the trend line, I would leave the trend line intact. That's very important. I would lose the Fibonacci because you don't want too many lines on your chart. However, I would take a note of where the Fibonacci, that 23 is. And it's sitting around the 4280 level. Now, one last thing before I leave the daily chart. We also have a trend line to the upside. Now, let's blow this out a little bit. You can see it from the last month, from the 7th of June, and an attempt to break it a couple of days back. But it never, again, the indication is it went to the upside, it tested our trend line, went through, unable to stay up there, and then came right back. So if you were watching that carefully, you would have been anticipating when she came back in underneath the trend line, a push to the downside. Now, if you can see all that off your daily chart, it makes it so much easier, guys, when you drop down to the lower charts to be effective as a trader. Now, that's our daily chart. Let's leave it alone. I then want you to drop to your 1 hour chart. Oh, one thing, let me lose the fib off the daily chart. Where is it? Oh, that's the 1 hour. Sorry. Bear with me, guys. I'm like, where's my fib gone? Here it is. So I'm just going to take it off the daily chart. But we know we've taken a note at this stage of where the 23 and the 38 fib is. Now we drop to the 1 hour. Now on the 1 hour chart, always bear in mind what I'm looking for is 2 weeks of trading activity. And we can see it here. Let me move my Rubicon guy a little bit out of the way here. And I want to do the same thing. I want to draw Fibonacci. Reading the chart from left to right, I see this big up move here. And I see the pullback over the here. I also see the trend line from the daily chart in play right here. Now I'll draw my fib right here. And let's see what information we have. Now I will tend, guys, to be honest with you, I will tend to leave the 1 hour fib intact. So what happened this last week? We see the upside here, the highest point where it broke through our trend line on the upside and then came back in. Now that was your first indication there on Tuesday, the opening of the Asian market on Tuesday, that this baby was actually Monday, I should say, the Asian market, but for some of you guys, Tuesday. This baby was coming back in. She was, unable to stay above the trend line and came back in. Now let's go to our 30-minute chart and go to Tuesday. And here it is. Now look at our price action because we've done our homework. And this is important. Our 23 fib is sitting right here, just at below our signal, green potential trade. And we get the signal here. Now please hear me on this, guys. If you see a fib right below you, like, 4 to 5 pips away, wait, especially on the 30-minute chart, wait for the fib to break. It's a safer trade, so you avoid some of this noise along here, and then when this baby hits here, you get your 20 pips right there. Or even if you waited for the big one over here, a second run at it, wait for it to break. My personal opinion is wait for it to break the Fibonacci, and you lose 4 or 5 pips, but you're in a much safer trade. Now, because you have your 1 hour fib on, look at the next possible target point, the 38 fib. Where does our target tells you to get out at 42.21. It goes beyond that. And if you stayed in, I have no problem with a trader staying in to get as much as they can out of the trade. However, when you see the 38 come into play here, just bear with me 1 second. Come into play right here. You've got to pay attention, guys. It's telling you there's a massive support point right here. So pay attention to that. So if you stay in that trade, and you see it bouncing off that support level, please get out of the trade. That's all I'm saying. And then as it continues going down, watch those Fibonacci, the 50% Fibonacci right there. You might want to just take profit a little bit. Well, we gave the profit up here anyway. Same thing. If you stayed in this trade here, and look where the trade signal is given right at the 38 fib, right at it, and you'll see that quite a bit. There's your 25 pip run. Now, for those of you who would go past that 25 pip run, because the price action's still moving, I don't have a problem with that. But my point is, again, as you hit the 50% fib over here, see the 50% fib right here? Pay attention, guys, and exit that trade. Okay? And then the next one, same thing comes into play. We have a 61% fib coming into play over here. Look at that right here. Just at the exit point, where we've given you the exit point for the trade anyway. But you also have the 61 fib telling you the same thing. And anytime you get those kind of confirmation, our signals and the fibs all lining up, that's confirmation. And pay attention to confirmation, guys. Now I'll show you an interesting thing if I go a little bit past that. I also have a 75% fib on my Fibonacci indicator. And look where the next trade goes to. Right to the 75 fib. So that's how important these Fibonacci numbers are. Now at this stage we also have a trend line from the daily chart coming in. So there's no way in heaven, guys, I as a trader am going to fight a daily trend line. There's no way. I'm just not going to be the first guy to run through that. I also would note at this time on my 30-minute chart I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signals all execute prior to this last signal. And as we go down, remember the ideal signals are the first 1, 2, and in a strong trend 3 and 4 can be okay. But after that, I'm not saying there are no signals there, because obviously you can see them as I can, there are. But after that, they are no longer high probability trades. Just go to another chart, guys, and look for it. Okay, that's the drill down. Now let's take it down to the 15-minute. take a look at our price action. I need a tick. I think I need it to tick so I can get my Rubicon back. Oh, it's let me check the Rubicon. Strange, I'm not getting signals. Oh, I know why. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there's a very important because we got an email this week. Somebody is not watching our videos. Somebody's not paying attention because they wrote in complaining. I cannot believe this, guys. I cannot believe this. Somebody wrote in complaining that when a trade executes and it's a negative trade, we take away all the signals so we don't show the negative trades. Absolutely false. Untrue. Because what happens is every time the currency breaks through the spine, we enter a new wave and we remove all the lines from the old wave, because if we didn't, we would have lines everywhere. So right now we're in a new wave. You can see it here. Currency broke through the spine. Railroad track broke through the spine. There's our first potential trade. Now again, there's no arrow, so no signal, but we have a potential trade right there. And because of that, all of these previous trades have been removed. Now how do I get them back? Here's all you do, and you can go any time on your chart. Go back as far as you like on any time frame and do the following. Go to Indicator, Rubicon, Edit, and then on the very bottom where it says Reserved, take a look at where the bottom of that last move, which was the 7th of July at 11 a.m., and simply put in 7 July, 11 a.m. Click OK. Click Close. And look what appears. All of our previous signals. So the signals never go away. They're always there. And you can look at them anytime, any time frame, on any day, going back in time as far as your chart will go. These signals will show up. Again, the reason that they're not there right now is because we've entered a new wave. I hope that's clear to everybody. I thought that was really clear before, but I got a complaint and I was shocked by the complaint. So guys, that also tells me, do the due diligence. We go to the trouble of, doing the webinars, doing the videos, putting all this information out there. And please at least go along and take a look and spend some time doing your due diligence and checking out the videos and learning how to use Rubicon properly. I'm here to help, but I have to be honest with you, it's very frustrating when I get a comment like that, which is just a comment built on ignorance. And I mean ignorance is lack of knowledge. I think you know what I mean. Anyway, enough said. Task at hand. You see what's happening then on the 15-minute. As she makes her way down, all the same rules apply. Just lots and lots of signals as it walks all the way down. Now, the 15-minute is a good example of what I was saying. The top signals are always the best. As you get down here to, signals 5, 6, 7, 8, look what happens. Our profit target and our stop losses start compressing, coming closer together. That alone will tell you it's time to be careful. And you start hitting stop losses in here. Let me blow it out so you can see what I'm saying. Let me come back over here. This guy here. Oh, no, it actually executes. Oh, this one executes. I'm looking for one that hits the stop loss, believe it or not. That one doesn't. This guy executes. This guy executes. Yeah, see, it hits the target before it comes back to the stop loss. This guy